Lance Klusener, once again, man of the match. He's played 6 games in this World Cup and been named man of the match on 4 occasions. Such an important win for South Africa and Hansie Cronje. We're starting to get to grips with the complexities of the Super Six. Yesterday's dramatic victory by South Africa over Pakistan moved Zimbabwe up from 2nd to 1st, and they weren't even playing. But today they were, and against New Zealand at Headingley, they were trying to justify their lofty position in the World Cup standings. They are a side with some credentials. There's Neil Johnson, the hero of Zimbabwe's dramatic victory over South Africa. But New Zealand have got Jeff Allott, the leading wicket taker in the World Cup so far. New Zealand against Zimbabwe at Headingley was rain affected, but maybe we'll learn a bit more about Zimbabwe's World Cup potential. Imran Khan here in the studio will help us do that and guide an eye over the rest of some of the issues in this World Cup. But it's your opinion that we're looking for in our Catch of the Tournament competition. No shortage of contenders coming up just a little bit later. But New Zealand against Zimbabwe at Headingley, first of all. New Zealand making 2 changes to the side that confirmed their Super 6 place with that win against Scotland. All-rounder Gavin Larson and opener Matt Horne return in place of Carl Bulfin and Matthew Hart. Zimbabwe field the same 11 that gained their first ever win over South Africa. So once again, Adam Huckle is preferred to Paul Strang as the leg spinner. Off-spinner Andy Whittle also plays, despite Headingley's reputation for favouring the seamers. Alistair Campbell won the toss for Zimbabwe and chose to bat. Our commentators Chris Broad, Colin Croft, Andy Pycroft, Zimbabwe's chairman of selectors, Jeremy Coney and Jack Bannister. We're in the 2nd over, Zimbabwe 1 for no wicket.
Sharing the new ball, Dion Nash, he's bowling to ground.
Right there.
God, airborne, but it's 4. Neil Johnson, this is how he started against South Africa.
Well, Neil Johnson has had a brilliant tour. Airborne, Chris Harris dives to his right. I don't think he even got a touch. Hit the bat very hard and down to the boundary.
Yes.
Through again. Neil Johnson, he really is an uncomplicated batsman. 4 more. Allott to Johnson.
Yes.
This is tight for the hits. He's struggling. Referral, 3rd umpire. That'll be South African umpire Rudy Kutsen.
Grant Flower actually started very late here. Neil Johnson called early. Grant Flower just started very, very late. And I think that you'll find that he'll be struggling there.
Matthew Horne, the fielder. He looks as though he's gone. And he has. So, first wicket, brilliant piece of fielding by Horne. Away goes Flower. The 3rd over. Zimbabwe 10 for 1. New batsman Murray Goodwin.
Yeah, Nash has only gotten 2 wickets so far in this competition. Sure, he would love to get this wicket of Neil Johnson. Very important wicket for New Zealand.
Wonderful shot again. Well, Johnson hasn't let himself be flustered by that run out. He knows that it's his job now to make up for it, and that's his 3rd 4. Got him again. That's a terrific shot. Short, but put away in clinical fashion. Wonderful shot. Squarer than the previous pull. But as soon as Nash drops short, Johnson latches on. That's his 5th 4. Nash to Johnson. And again he replies with an absolute beauty. It's 4 or play and miss at the moment.
Stephen Fleming has a lot to think about, the New Zealand's captain.
Oh, threw him again. No justice, says Nash. End of the 6th, 26 for 1. Dion Nash, he'll be bowling to Murray Goodwin. Another beauty, and a bad bounce maybe, but it's gone for 4.
Adam Peror is a little bit miffed at this. Missed the bat altogether. Didn't carry to the wicketkeeper. Wicketkeepers hate this. They couldn't prepare for that. The extra bounce, 4 byes.
Bowling, and unluckily for Neil Johnson, an inside edge onto pad, but the ball has gone through onto the stumps, and Jeff Allott has his first wicket, the 2nd Zimbabwe wicket to fall today, for 35.
Well, you can hear the delight of Jeff Allott as this one hits Johnson full on the pad, and very unlucky to move back onto the stumps.
So Neil Johnson on his way back to the pavilion. A very good 25, but he's gone. So one left-hander replaces another. Andy Flower comes to the crease. This is how Jeff Allott picked up his wicket.
Johnson just falling away across to the offside, flicks the pad.
Another good shot. Murray Goodwin getting in onto the act here, and it was over-pitched from Dion Nash, deserved the boundary, and it was beautifully timed. And this one short, the overcompensation, not perfectly timed by Murray Goodwin, but just about got enough legs to get to the boundary. So 2 4s in consecutive deliveries, and Dion Nash is not very happy. And in the air, this could be out, and a beautifully taken catch by Craig McMillan. Jeff Allott has his 2nd wicket. And Andy Flower, well, a little bit of extra bounce has undid him. So 2 wickets in the space of a couple of balls for Jeff Allott, and Zimbabwe struggling now.
Andy Flower's definitely been surprised by the extra bounce in that delivery. Pushed at it too hard, hit the splice, and is it Cairns coming in? McMillan takes the catch, diving forward nicely.
So again, a left-hander replacing a left-hander. Zimbabwe captain Alistair Campbell. And away immediately. Nicely tucked round the leg side. Couple of runs. Chris Cairns is coming on from the Kirkstall lane end. Well, picked up by Alistair Campbell, and picked up beautifully. 1 bounce, 4, and that's Zimbabwe's 50. And again misdirected, but this time Murray Goodwin getting a bat on it, and it's raced away for 4. Gavin Larson is to bowl from the rugby ground end. A beautiful shot. Chris Cairns is the man running around at 3rd man to field, and he can't stop it. Murray Goodwin has got that one away.
Cairns. He's bowling to Goodwin. That's a wide. It's a second one from Cairns, and only the 38th wide that New Zealand have conceded in the tournament, and that's fewer than any other country. Larson to Campbell. Again, a little bit of bounce. This fourth wicket pair just happy to work the ball around and pick up 4 or 5 singles and over if they can.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, found the smallest of gaps. That'll be a relief for skipper Campbell. Looking to tick over at 4 or 5 and over for the next perhaps 10 overs before something more ambitious is attempted. Chris Harris, the new bowler, the 5th one tried by Stephen Fleming.
One.
He certainly creates pressure by sheer frustration. There it is, and there it isn't, and he really is a tantalising bowler. Got one. Well, that's released some of the pressure. First boundary for 10 overs. Got away with it because that's one that could easily have gone to the short extra cover man. It didn't. Instead, 2 runs. It's Goodwin who's led the way in this 50 partnership. Campbell, he scored 19 of them.
Well, it's a little soft out there.
Right.
So the 100 up for Zimbabwe. Nicely played down into the 3rd man area. And it's come off just over 26 overs. Oh, beautifully bowled by Dion Nash. Just got the ball to come back in to Alistair Campbell. And we've seen quite a bit of that today. A little bit of indifferent bounce.
This ball didn't bounce very much, but it did move into the left-handed batsman. Dion Nash has been having some really bad fortune. Missing the inside edge, this is the 3rd time. Missing the outside edge about 5 times. Yet his economy rate is over 6.
Well, that's the projected score at the moment, just 179. I'm sure Zimbabwe will want a bigger total than that to bowl at. Nash to Alistair Campbell. And an appeal, but I think that one going down the leg side. He certainly bowled a tighter line from round the wicket, has Dion Nash.
I think going from over the wicket, this might have been a little bit closer. Bowling around the wicket, it's already angling across the left-handed batsman into leg stump. Probably would have been missing leg stump.
Well, umpire Van Cat shaking his head very early. Didn't even consider it. Well, this is a closer shout. Again, the appeal was asked for. Dion Nash not getting it in favour of him. And looking at it, it was very close. Umpire Van Cat again saying no.
I genuinely think that this one might have gone over the top, because you can see the pad there. It's hit the top of the pad, continues on its way, and missed the top of the leg stump. I think a good decision there by umpire Van Cat.
So Nash to Campbell. And lucky inside edge, and this must have been very close to the leg stump. It was a wide delivery, so it deserved the shot it was being played, but it wasn't executed properly.
Whatever Dion Nash has done today, he will have to change his luck some other time. Just misses the leg stump, he knows it. Then he wonders, what have I done wrong?
Well, this is another appeal. Umpire Venkat suggesting again that it's going down the leg side. Well, I think this one might have been a little closer than the previous two.
Yeah, national umpire Venkat having a word because of this. A little bit high, but just about a roll, might just have been beating leg stump, probably the best of the three. Umpire Venkat telling him why he's not giving him out. He's passing down the leg.
They needed to regroup and they came together in the 10th over, and that they've done. But upping of tempo now to top 200. Partnership worth 74. There's been 39 singles in that, and 7 leg byes as well, so it indicates the tight nature of this New Zealand attack. That's 50 for Goodwin. It's come off 83 balls, 5 fours, and he's led the way in this partnership. Leg byes and Nash's cause all sorts of problems to Campbell from round the wicket. 3 LBW appeals and another one that's darted back at him.
Ploy to come round the wicket to the left-hander, particularly with a bowler who can seam the ball away or into the left-hander, has worked at the World Cup, and here's no exception. But the running at last between the Zimbabwean batsmen more efficient. Campbell prepared to take on the arm.
Final ball of his 10 over ration, round the wicket, and bowling to Campbell. Gone for the big one over the top. Just short of 6. There'll be a referral for that, but I think we'll see that it finished short of the rope.
Campbell getting a lot of height on this ball, used the 9-iron rather than the 7-iron. It's just landing inches short, so it'll be called 4.
The rain came down for a second time at this point, and in all a total of 3 hours would be lost through rain. We rejoin the match though, 3 balls after the restart. 2 runs have been added.
Big shout, and given him. Harris has done it. It's the end of Murray Goodwin. It's been an excellent innings. The 37th over, and now Zimbabwe 136 for 4.
Just what Chris Harris would have wanted. Obviously a fine edge there. Murray Goodwin certainly didn't walk for it, but keeper Perore knew straight away, and the finger goes up very quickly.
New batsman is Guy Whittle. Oh, that's a very inventive shot. Beautifully played. Allott to Campbell. Again, although he went for a big one, unable to do much with line and length.
So Larson's first ball of the new spell to Alistair Campbell. And it's a beauty. Some movement off this Headingley pitch. And Alistair Campbell just feeling for the delivery.
Well, good afternoon, batsman. There you go. Have a little look at that, thanks.
Well, at last he's gone for the big hit, and it's just gone straight up in the air and has been beautifully caught by Dion Nash. Well, the end of Alistair Campbell's long innings, and he decided that the time was right to try and take on Larson over mid-wicket. Didn't connect with it, and a simple catch.
Well, there was a wee bit of width, but in fact he was trying to get the ball too square perhaps, and really that's just resulted in quite a comfortable catch for Dion Nash, running away to his right. New Zealand is delighted, and Alistair Campbell, well, a curious innings really. One could understand him wanting to anchor the innings initially in the innings, but 101 deliveries, that's a shade under 40 of a strike rate. And if you're down in those sort of figures, I think really you've got to be looking to bat the whole allotment of overs out.
So not an easy time for the new batsman to come in, but Stuart Carlisle is that man. Whittle on strike, and got one away. The 150 comes up for Zimbabwe. Just 3.5 runs per over though, and that won't be pleasing the Zimbabweans. Well, a certain lack of bounce in that delivery. This is Carlisle looked as though he was going to dance down the wicket, but it just didn't bounce.
Well, you watch this. This is all the air is taken out of the ball. It's been pumped out.
Well, Stephen Fleming just setting his field. Nathan Aston, the new bowler. Well, he's got hold of this one, but it's coming down to McMillan, and he takes the catch. And that's a comfortable catch for McMillan. So Nathan Astle, with his nagging line and length, has picked up a wicket. And the Kiwis are very happy about that. It's the end of Stuart Carlisle, who really had an unhappy time.
Well, it was about the length. He picked the length, but really didn't hit it quite hard enough or get it square enough, and so therefore that man McMillan at wide long on had a comfortable catch running round to his right. And Stuart Carlisle, one wonders whether Heath Streak would have been the man to send in. I hope that Andy Campbell will send him in now.
Well, this could be close. Nash was very quickly on it, and they could get a second one here for an overthrow. And has bowled in. Well, I think it was a slower ball, but a little inside edge as well from Heath Streak, and that's the end of him. He's managed just 4 runs, and not very easily as well.
Running the fingers down the side of the ball, and it gets some assistance from an inside edge from Heath Streak, and Cairns is delighted. And the 7th wicket falls for 163.
So 2 brothers at the crease now. The taller of the brothers, Andy Whittle, has come to join his brother Guy. Well, New Zealand will be quite happy with these 2 batsmen just getting singles. Well, here's the boundary, and it's 4 off the bat. It's the first boundary that Zimbabwe have hit in 12 overs. Guy Whittle's gone for it again, and Astle's the man underneath it, and he takes a comfortable catch. In fact, he made it look very easy. It was quite a difficult one. He had to run back at extra cover. But Jeff Allott has his third wicket, and doesn't he deserve it? He really has bowled well today.
He ends up quite high on the bat, and this is why there's a lack of power. It's also tried to go inside out, and Astle, one of those awkward ones, wasn't it, where he hadn't decided whether he was going to just back his way or turn his back to the wicket and run away.
And Adam Huckle is the new batsman, but the new batsman has gone first ball without troubling the scorer. He got himself down to the what was the non-striker's end, but Chris Cairns' first ball, and he hit the ball gently to backward point where the catch was taken.
Well, again, the slower ball, I think, from Christopher Cairns, and he's just sliced this.
The number 11 for Zimbabwe, Henry Alonga. They've gone through for a single. Henry Alonga off the mark. Well, this is up in the air. It's a big high chance and comfortably taken. Nathan Astle takes the catch. Chris Cairns has polished off the Zimbabwe innings, and what has been a struggle all day for Zimbabwe has ended with them on 175.
Zimbabwe batting somewhat brittle, salvaged by the stand of 91 between Murray Goodwin and Alistair Campbell for the fourth wicket. Goodwin a fine 57, but it was slow progress, and the eventual total of 175 all out was modest. The New Zealand bowling, Jeff Allott continuing his excellent tournament, bringing his total to 18 wickets, 3 for 24 off 10 today. He's now equalled the record for the number of wickets in a World Cup. Chris Cairns also 3 for 24 off just 6.5 overs, a return to form for him. So 176 the target for New Zealand. It was just before 6 o'clock when the New Zealand innings began. Barely 2 hours of play left if they were going to finish things tonight. They set about things in determined fashion. We join it first over, 1 for no wicket. It's Johnson to Astle.
That's the way to treat him. You've been out of form, anything's pitched up.
Oh, a little bit away from the ball itself, but hitting through the line.
Streak to Astle. Again some away swing, but 2 wide starting and another 4.
Nathan Astle, I think, has decided that anything that's pitched up and swinging away, he's going to give it the full Monty here.
Picked it up. That's the problem for away swing. It swings from on or outside off stump. You move it over the middle and it doesn't go, except for 4. Streak to Horne. Up again, same result, 4 more. 4th 4 of the innings.
Matthew Horne here playing again away from his body, but this time keeping the ball very much on the carpet.
Through again. Just get your line marginally wrong when you pay the full price.
This was a patient shot. He had to actually wait for the ball to get to him. He played it nicely, flick of the wrist again through straightish mid-wicket.
Johnson to Astle. Beautifully timed, and there's 4 more. Ten off the over, the 5th, 30 for no wicket. Streak to Horne. And another one. Seems to be no end to this. Once you give them any width at all, they've latched straight on, and they've found the gaps unerringly. That'll be 4 more. That was a poor delivery. Previous one he'd got absolutely right, middle and off, and a reasonably full length. That one short and angled leg side. Streak to Astle. Again wide. The 8th 4 of the innings, 4 to each batsman. End of the 6th over, 43 for no wicket.
Over pitch to wide, every batsman would play that shot. Nathan Astle plays it better than most. Despite the fact he's not been getting a lot of runs, hit the middle of the bat, did not move.
New bowler from the football stand end is Guy Whittle. Picked him up. May not go. That looks just legal.
Okay, carry on.
It's a longer to Horne. Gone for the big one. What a wonderful hit. And that brings up the 50, and we're only in the 8th over.
Well, Captain Alistair Campbell is struggling. This was a full-blooded hit here by Matthew Horne. Not over-pitched, but bounced into the swing, into the arc, and one chip just short of the boundary.
Gone for another one. Almost predetermined, having whacked him over the top, got ready for the short one, and a longer fell for it.
And this is close, and is given. Well, Zimbabwe have their first wicket, and Matthew Horne is the batsman who's gone, and he's not terribly happy because I think he danced down the pitch a couple of steps, but it looked fairly straight to me. And Zimbabwe have their first wicket.
Guy Whittle succeeds because he's bowled a few in a row straight, and that's skidded onto Matthew Horne's pad on or about middle or middle and leg, and umpire Orchard has no trouble giving it.
So Craig McMillan has come in to join Nathan Astle at the fall of that first wicket. And this is the reason that McMillan's in here. LBW is Matthew Horne. The last ball of the 10th over to Nathan Astle. And he's gone for it and is brilliantly caught. Heath Streak is the man at wide mid-off, and he's chucked himself to the left and picked up a fantastic catch. Nathan Astle has gone. He's gone for 20. That was brilliant.
The anticipation of this catch was excellent. Heath Streak diving late well to his left, takes it low to the ground, and a light on Henry Longa's face.
So Stephen Fleming has come in to replace Nathan Astle. that's a lovely shot. That's a glorious shot through mid-wicket, all along the ground. Deserved to be hit, and it was hit beautifully.
Well, the New Zealanders have all been very severe on anything that's pitched up on half volley length, and this is beautifully put away between mid-wicket and mid-on.
So 2 slips to the right-handed McMillan, and this is close and has given him. David Orchard has given Craig McMillan out LBW, and he streaked right on the mark from the football ground end. New Zealand have lost their 3rd wicket in quick succession. Zimbabwe are right back in this match.
North cut it by his streak. At first blush, wondered whether he got an inside edge, but it's just missed the inside edge of McMillan's bat and hitting Millen leg.
Well, after that, just 5 more runs were added before play was halted for bad light and eventually called off for the day. New Zealand 70 for 3 after 15 overs. The Zimbabwe bowling, Johnson and Streak, expensive. The wickets for Streak, Whittle and Alonga. So New Zealand tomorrow need 106 in the remaining 35 overs, 7 wickets in hand, and we'll have highlights of what happened.